I'm Toby from Lane Campos, and we specialise in selling property in Newcastle and Lake Macquarie. One of my favourite suburbs in Newcastle is Mayfield, so let's talk about it. Mayfield's a really special place for a lot of people, especially me. Previously living there for 10 years with my wife, we gave birth to our first baby on Woodstock Street. We have family living down the road and a huge amount of friends throughout the beautiful community that Mayfield is. What we love about Mayfield is how close everything is within walking distance. We've got parks, bowling clubs, bars, restaurants, and the Stag. The most important thing, and was so special to my wife and I, was the community itself. Having family, friends, and like-minded people in close proximity is really warm and comforting to me. The growth and change that I've seen across Mayfield over the past 10 years is astounding. With gentrification and urban sprawl, we are seeing a younger demographic of family coming into the suburb. The feeling that this creates is warmth. The vibe is amazing. We see families walking down the road with their dog, the sunset walk with their dad after work. It's a really special feeling. It's a very welcoming suburb. I absolutely love it. The biggest draw card to Mayfield is the block size and the home that you can get for an affordable price being in the inner city ring. With gentrification and urban sprawl, we are seeing that ring move out, which is bringing more families to the suburb, which we absolutely love. We do have fantastic parks, swimming pools, school zones, close to hospital, close to the arterial road, and by all means, one of what I see soon to be the best eat streets in Maitland Road, with new cafes, bars, restaurants coming into Mayfield. There are three major buyer pools shopping in Mayfield at the moment, those being first home buyers, investors and downsizers. Let's start with the first home buyers. The reason first home buyers truly love Mayfield is they can get a decent sized block with a good sized home for an affordable price. Now they can get a 2-3 bedroom home, have a great school zone in tow, you focus on that property for 5 to 10 years before they move on to the next step. Then we look at the downsizers. The downsizers, selling their 4 or 5 bedroom home, empty nesters, moving on to the next stage of their life. They still do appreciate a decent sized block with, 2 if not 3 bedrooms for multi-generational living or their friends and family coming to visit them. But they really do love the flat block with low maintenance. They don't want to mow the acre block anymore, but they do want a patch of grass for their dog or grandkids in tow. Then let's look at the investors. As gentrification and urban sprawl pushes the inner city ring out, we're still getting good growth in Mayfield. We sat at 8.5% last year and we're currently sitting on 10% at the moment. The investors can still get a great rental yield and have great capital growth, which is the ingredients to success for any investment property. We notice a hive of activity in the market under the $1.1 million bracket. We're seeing similar buyers moving from home to home. Now these buyers have serious FOMO. They really, truly want a home. What we do notice as well, if they've got an offer in on one property, it's very likely they have another offer on another agent's property as well. When we creep up above the $1.3 million mark, we do notice that the buyer pool drops a little bit. These are still genuine and serious buyers, mind you, but they've often transacted before once, if not twice. They understand the process. They're happy to take their time to do their due diligence. There isn't as much fear of missing out than what we would see in the sub $1.1 million bracket. Both categories are still very successful, but we are noticing different behaviours along the way. Now, I believe there is a nuance with picking the preferred method of sale for your property. So that not only comes from listening to your seller's dreams, goals, desired price, but we have to listen to how the buyers are receiving the feedback from the market too. At the moment in Mayfield, we're seeing a lot of auctions. Now, auctions are all well and good. They have an urgency, great. They can be really successful. But when we look back at the 3 major buyer pools that are shopping in Mayfield, those being first home buyers, downsizers, investors. Downsizers and investors often have a huge amount of equity. Auction is fine. What we're trying to do here is nurture the first home buyers. With their professional network and their support team, sometimes they're advised that auction may not be best for them. I believe it's crazy not to include all 3 major buyer pools. From as of which, we've developed a 2-week unique expression of interest campaign. It has a closing date which acts very similar to the urgency of an auction date, but we do bubble wrap those first home buyers. We provide them the conditions that may comfort their situation. This has proven to be successful time after time in Mayfield. Now let's touch on preparing your home for market. Within the Mayfield market, there are 4 controllables that are gelling extremely well on an emotional level with the buyers throughout the suburb. I advise my sellers to inject money into those 4 controllables. those being curbside appeal, paint, gardens, and furniture. If you nail all 4 of those, you encapsulate the buyer, you take them on an emotional journey through your home, and they can't imagine themselves not in that home. We're all humans at the end of the day. Only one person can buy your property. We want multiple people in a competitive environment creating a bidding war to get our sellers the best result. If you need any information about buying or selling, feel free to give me a call and I'll be in touch.